This is INCRadio, DCEM 954, the voice of truth, the official radio station of the Church of Christ or Iglesianicristo.
Sure to read them throughout the show. Back to you, Sister Macy.
Welcome back to another episode of Explore Mountain States.
That's it for the weather
and
updates.
Moving on to our district news update.
Only here
on INCRadio Mountain States.
Good afternoon and good evening. You're tuning in here live to INCRadio Mountain States. I am your host for today, Sister Princess Rosano, broadcasting from Las Vegas, Nevada, with the local congregation of North Las Vegas. Say hi, everyone.
Hello.
We're so excited, and we have two wonderful guests here today to give their insight on our topic, and our topic is a moment to connect. Now, with this topic, we'll discuss ways to strengthen personal relationships, most especially within the family, between husband and wife and parents and children. Now, if you are watching on YouTube, be sure to like this video, subscribe to our YouTube channel, which is INCRadio DCEM 954, and leave your comments and your greetings, hashtag with your local congregation. That way we can recognize and acknowledge all of those who are tuning in. We encourage you to always stay engaged with us, answer all of the questions that we asked, as well as participate to provide your insight as well to our topic discussion. I do want to say hello to our guests since you are right here. So we'll go ahead and start with Sister Vanessa.
Hi, everyone po, brethren. Nice to you. Happy Saturday. I'm Sister Vanessa from the local congregation of North Las Vegas.
Yes, Scott.
Hello po, I'm Brother Don from North Las Vegas.
Yeah, so we're so excited to have Sister Vanessa and Brother Don here as they'll be talking about moments to connect with their family and ways we can make sure that our family does stay connected. We do also have Sister Nikki in the live chat as well as in the background. At the next, you want to say hi?
Yes, hello everyone, and hello North Las Vegas. Thank you for joining us today.
Yes, we're so excited to have all of them, and we're so grateful for their participation. Sister Nix, do we have any comments and greetings so far? It looks like the chat is kind of going it's going, there's a lot of comments actually. So if we have any greetings to recognize or to acknowledge, your turn.
Yes, absolutely. We actually have 3 top commenters right now for the first 3 minutes of our show. First of all, Brother Josh from Las Vegas. We also have Sister Janice on the second spot from North Las Vegas, says, Happy Saturday, MTS. And Brother Kai Aguinaldo also says, hello on the top 3. We also have a couple more comments from Brother Andrew Labson from SLV, from Brother Ron G. So happy Saturday, brethren, hashtag NLV. From Sister Gloria, she says, hello po. From Sister Claire Francisco says, hello po. Brother Jerome Aguinaldo also says, hashtag NLV, happy Saturday. Sister Gail Cabeltes, hello po everyone, hashtag NLV. We also have Brother Ray, hashtag NLV. Brother Ralph Cabeltes, family moments, great and inspirational talk today. Hashtag North Las Vegas. We also have here Sister Joanne Francisco says, happy weekend po, hashtag North Las Vegas. Brother DJ Rodriguez also is there in our comments. A couple more from all of those brethren. Actually, we have them right there. We also have Brother Angelo from hashtag Henderson, and just a lot of people from North Las Vegas. So we feel all the love and support from North Las Vegas. So please do keep all these comments flowing as we go through our topic discussion for today, Sister Princess.
Yes, thank you. Yes, we do have a lot of participation. They are making sure that our chat stays active and those live views go up. We're going to move forward with our topic discussion already. So again, moments to connect, or a moment to connect, and especially with a family. It's so important to make sure that we connect as husband and wife and with parents and children. But we wanted to get both of your insight as to why is it important to even connect with the family?
Well, connection is always number one. Obviously, that's the way to connect in general, right? When it comes to maybe the relationships starting with us or us being Kadiwas back then, obviously we were different countries where we actually had a long distance relationship, and all we connect most of the time because of the time difference as well was through messages. And yeah, that was pretty much how we started with the connection.
Yeah, so communication is a big key of how we stay connected. Even with our young children, they know how to text, they know how to share videos, and things like that. It's just open communication. It can be the smallest things. It doesn't even have to be important, but we feel that communication is the biggest thing to how we stay connected.
Especially when it comes to strengthening the family bond and the relationship. Why do you feel that it's important to really connect with children, especially sometimes, especially in life in this world, with those who may not be in the church, they find that there's this disconnect at times between children and parents. But why is it important to make sure that that line of connection does not break?
Well, we're still learning every day. As parents, it's not easy. You think you got it, but then tomorrow it's a different story again. We've learned something. It's called seek to understand than to be understood. Meaning there's a lot of emotions going on nowadays. It's a fast pace with all the social media going around. Like I said, it's sometimes we don't connect in person anymore. It's all about messaging each other. So we need to take the time to sit down. Especially with the family, with the kids, we have to understand them, because sometimes if they're coming from school, we're coming from work. It's just a quick connection right there. How is school? How is this? Let's eat, go sleep. There's so many activities right there. We have to take the time to sit down and ask them, how are you doing?
What do you find value in this, Brother Don, with asking just even Sister Vanessa or your children, how are you doing? Why is that important?
Well, it's just to see what's going on with them. Naturally, as parents, we can feel something is bothering them. If they are quiet, I'll go up to them and, hey, how's your day? How's it going? And I'll just go from there. And I'll try to find a way to connect with them. So if they're playing a game on their device, I'll just sit next to them. Hey, what are you doing? What are you playing? What are you trying to do? And usually they'll open up. But I feel that connection and asking them how they're doing always usually opens them up. As young as they are, they like to open up and say how they feel.
Especially if you give them that space to be able to feel comfortable and feel safe enough to tell you whether or not things are going well or if they're not. So aside from just asking, what are other ways that your family likes to connect together, whether it be family activities or what do we do here?
We try to keep it simple. Obviously, we tried our best during summer break as of now to do our outings. Maybe something like camping, or just be out of the devices, just being literally focused with each other. Maybe just being outside the yard and playing games. Sometimes we take our time to go to the cinemas. And yeah.
I feel this past summer, we actually got to connect. The previous summer, spring breaks, we would go to theme parks. That wasn't really a bonding way, but this time we went what they call glamping. It's not really camping, but it's more of, they have the showers, they have the AC, they have a swimming pool there. That was a real good chance for us to connect. We really got to bond. We really got to have our s'mores and and we got to do our cookouts, and that's the way we really got to connect. We had no devices, even though there was Wi-Fi. We agreed with them that we're gonna put that aside. We're gonna just enjoy each other's company, and we did just that. We felt that we really connected.
It's interesting that you said that there was a difference between kind of going out doing this glamping versus going to a theme park. I know a lot of families like going to theme parks, like going to do these activities. Why do you feel that there was more of a connection when it came to just camping or just having that family time, only your family?
It's just simple. I think simple is the best way to connect. I had experiences where we took them out where they wanted to go. They had so much fun, where in the end, they forgot about all of that. And they had this simple thought of, Mommy, you never asked me, or Mommy, you didn't cuddle me today. That was like their main focus, the connection of just being physical. When we did so much what they wanted, but they forgot about it. The simple thing was a hug or something simple as cuddling that they were focused on. Everything else didn't matter. So we're like, stick to the simple. Be there for them. Be literally hand in hand. Walk with them in the park and just hold hands. It's such a deep connection.
Did that teach you anything as well, Brother Don, with them not even so much focus on the what is that, like the sugar and the the glitter and all of that, but really it was just down to like, can I just have a hug? Like, what has that taught you as a parent in connecting with your children?
Well, it became a habit, and it's a good habit. So every time I see them nowadays, we do hug, say how's it going, and my son still kisses me. He still wants to kiss me like first thing, and before I would forget about Heidi for some reason, or my daughter, but now I make it a point where it's like, okay, I'm gonna kiss my son, I'm gonna kiss my daughter, make sure that I treat them both equally, and yeah, I think just those little gestures like that, it really strengthens our bond.
And I really appreciate the value of this insight, because it's nice for at least myself as a Kadiwa to know that as parents, you're still learning every day, despite how many children you have, how old they are. There's always something new to learn and a way to be able to connect with your family. Sister Nikki, did you have any insight to share, or did you have any comments that we see on the chat?
Yes, I actually want to share a couple comments here. First off, coming from Sister Joanne Francisco, she says, savor every moment, good or bad, especially with kids because they grow up so fast. That is very true. From Brother Ralph also says, strive to have time to sit down and catch up. Love that. I have another comment here from Brother Ron. He says, I agree. Everyone nowadays don't share personal relationships anymore. Everyone focuses on their devices, so communication has lapsed between people in the past 20 years. I completely agree. Especially after we had the COVID, people are more stuck to their phones now. So I'm actually happy that, like, hopefully, slowly we're getting back to actually talking to each other and actually connecting with each other, especially with our family and our young kids that are about to grow up inside the church as well. Let me look at some more comments here. Sister Claire also says glamping with the glamorous family is also fun, one activity that you can do with your family. Sister Lotla also says you don't need a whole village to have fun. Your spouse and kids are enough to have fun and make beautiful memories. That is very true as well. Let me see. Sister Janice also shares with us, I love my cuddles with my babas. Haha, Jaden and Kai. Hashtag NLV. Sister Joanne also shares with us yearly camping trips to disconnect from gadgets and just enjoy nature and its beauty. Very, very true. And one last one from Brother Ron says, create lifelong bonds with your children and they will never forget you. Very, very true. That is it for our comments for now, Sister Princess.
Yes, thank you so much, Sister Nikki. Yes, so we've spoken about the importance of connecting with our children. I want to ask also, what is the importance of making sure that your connection as husband and wife and as parents, mom and dad, is so important to be able to keep your family strong?
Just going back to the seek to understand, something that I just learned. We grew up in different countries, different cultures. Obviously, our parents from the background Philippines, and we've noticed the upbringing. It was very important to me to get to know his parents very well, even though I know them since I was a kid. But obviously, the distance came back, where I had to connect again to understand more about Brother Don. We've been married for 10 years now, but still there's always more to learn. And knowing that his parents too was just like, oh, that's why he does that, right? And me growing up in Germany, I have a different culture too that I had to bring up, where that's where the seek to understand comes in. Or in the Ida, and oh, there you go, that's the reason. Yeah. So the connection goes stronger because now I understand. And it's all about, still, like I said, every day is something new, and I try to see why he's doing the things the way he thinks, so I don't go be like, why are you doing this? But now I understand.
Yes.
Yeah, so like she was saying, we grew up in different cultures, and I'm learning new things about her almost every day. Why, like she said, why she does things this way. why she pronounces things, you know. And I kind of make fun of her, and she gets the jokes. But you know, it's a good thing to communicate. She doesn't get offended when I kind of like point out that she's you know, saying something wrong and things like that. But you know, it's like she said, seek to understand. And yeah, and it's been a good communication. We text each other like a lot, like about a lot of nonsense stuff. But I love the connection, you know, and that's how we keep it
It's your
going.
best friend. So
Yeah,
it's a safe space, you know, to be able to joke around and say what you can freely. And so I really love that. And it makes me happy to know that as a couple married, over a decade now, you know, your connection continues to grow strong. So that's amazing to hear. We are going to go on a short station break. So Kuya Tech, whenever you're ready. But when we come back, we're going to continue talking about connecting with our family. We're going to get to see some of the photos that the Gila's family have shared. And then we'll talk more about ways to connect with the family, what we can do daily, or even just having our family trip. So we'll be back in just a moment. We'll see you soon.
You are listening to Iglesia ni Cristo Radio, the voice of truth.
When was the last time you made someone smile? When was the last time you made friends with others?
Yes, please. Hi, this is Amaya. Hello, Amaya. Let's play together.
Include, invite, befriend. A small gesture of friendship can make someone's day. A message from INCRadio Mountain State Satellite Studio.
Hi, sweetheart.
Hi, Mom.
Homework?
Kind of. It's a school project, and you have to present someone from LA we admire.
Celebrity time. Who's it gonna be? Actor, athlete?
You.
Cool.
Yeah. You work hard. You help out with everything around the house. You never complain. You just do what's right, even when no one's watching.
I don't know what to say.
You don't have to. Just don't make me redo my project.
The world may celebrate stars, but the ones who shine brightest are not on screen. They're family. A message from INCRadio Los Angeles.
We are back. Again, you are watching INCRadio Mountain States, and a kudos to INCRadio Los Angeles. What a beautiful message, and even a great segue to return back to our topic of connection. So that's amazing, and great job, Los Angeles. So we've talked in the first half of our show about connecting with our children, connecting with spouses and parents and children together as a whole. So we kind of wanted to see what your family likes to do. You did share some photos, so Kuya Tech, whenever you're ready, let's go ahead and see those photos, and we'll have our picture-in-picture view. And so some of the photos that Sister Vanessa and Brother Don have shared are of their time together, bonding. So, you know, can you give us some insight on the things that you like to do together, even if it's daily? I know we mentioned it earlier, but give us a little bit of a reminder of what we can do as family members and to make sure we stay connected together.
Well, our kids like to sing. So that's one thing we like to do. We sing karaoke in the house, and it kind of helps them also in building confidence. I notice that they can sing. They used to be shy, but now they're just like, I want to sing again. I want to sing again. They're fighting over the mic. So that's one thing we like to do.
Fitness has been something that we added into our life, and it's funny, where even though we stepped back a little bit, we're not as as consistent with our Saturday workouts with our children anymore. They get to sleep in a little bit longer now. Yet it's funny to see that's something that became a routine, and that kept the connection, because we find ourselves coming home and they're working out.
So they're running.
So that's something that it something you do on a habit, and seeming that is somehow a connection. And which is sometimes is them working out even as siblings without us, which is cute to see.
No, I love that. And I like how what you said, even some of the activities that you do as families, it builds the confidence, finding the interests in what kids like doing, especially your own children. That's something that's a really great way to connect. Especially when we have church activities, why do you feel that it's important, especially with establishing our Christian values as parents? Why is it important to make sure our children stay connected with their duty, with the Christian family organizations?
I reflect myself just growing up in the church. It was so important. Obviously, at one point it's such a habit because you get to see your friends. It took a while, obviously, till I developed my own faith. Yet the routine and letting my children know why it's important to go. Not just like, oh, let's go, I have choir practice. Oh, let's go, it's worship service. Like, put something to connect to them, for them to understand at their young age. Something they want to look forward to. And not like, oh, we have to go church. It's more like, I want to go church. Yay, it's church day today. Yes. Or is there any activities today? Or Bible studies, when they know that everyone's going to come to the house, they get super excited and they get to clean. So probably I should have more Bible studies now. But that's something that was very important to reflect how I grew up. Obviously, it was maybe different back then, but I tried to instill the same values that I had when I grew up with my children.
And what do you feel, Brother Don?
Yeah, really good point. And we kind of grew up on the same background, that where our moms were in the finance, so we would stay later, and we knew that, and we wanted the kids also to have that same experience as us, experience why we do it, why we do our duties, why we perform, and it just makes us so proud that they came up to us and we want to join the choir, we want to join because they see our devotion to the duty, and we didn't say join choir practice. Mom, Dad, we want to come to choir practice. We want to be choir members. So it just makes us proud that it's coming along, and that's how we were brought up, and that's how our parents brought us up, and so we're instilling this in our kids as well.
I want to shout out my fellow sisters who are over here. Obviously, they have their teenagers already, but they would come up to me and they would be like, sister, I remember my time, how I dragged my children to practices in the car. And it's just funny to see how it's reflecting them again, or it comes up again the way they grew up with their children.
No, I feel like I can relate, being the child of parents who were deacon and deaconess, who are also in the finance. So we bonded, with me and the other children in our locale would bond together because they're waiting for our parents. But it was also really fun to know that, we're seeing because our parents are performing, and then we could look to the future to say, I'm going to be that eventually. I want to be able to do that. And it was never a burden to dress up and get ready for service. It was never tiring to have to, go to choir practice. It was always exciting for myself growing up. Yes. And so to see that, as parents, you continue to instill that in your children, that's so important to make sure that they stay strong in their faith and connected to their duties. So then as parents and as husband and wife, how do you make sure that both of you as well continue to inspire each other in the performances of your duties?
Sister Princess, don't get us wrong. We have those days every morning. We probably be yelling at each other. It's late, get up, change now. Yes. Oh, you forgot your hymn book again. Go grab it real quick. Yes. It's the morning is super stressful. You want to be the most prepared, right? When it comes to our performance of our duty as young, Sister Heidi is now in the Children's Worship Service Choir, wherein we're trying to, obviously her age, she's not quite there yet. She's a choir member, but the preparation, right? Getting to instill her why we have to prepare this, why we shouldn't be forgetting this, all of that good stuff. But we always after the worship service, or like now, today was a worship service, we have or got to the routine to eat out after. And that's where we comes up. What did you learn today? What did you learn during the children's worship service? Daddy, what was the lesson again today? I forgot. Something like that to just, again, that's the bonding part where we connect and obviously still make sure that whatever we learned today or whoever they were playing with, they let us know what was going on. It's just more, again, to make sure that we bring in the words of our Almighty God.
And then how do you also support this as being the dad and the husband to Sister Vanessa?
It's all about sharing the responsibilities. We support each other. Just like I was caught off guard when Sister Heidi was bringing our togas to the car.
Yes.
Usually we grab it for her, and she's like learning, and she's picking up these kind of things. She's making sure. Have you seen? Do you remember if I brought my shoes? We'll check, but she has that in her mind of being responsible. And like she said, after the worship service, we usually ask them, "What did you learn today?" So now they're more prepared that they have to listen during the lesson because they know we're going to ask them, and they're learning from that. They ask us questions too, which makes us really proud. Of, they ask their questions, and it's a nice thing to see that they're growing up and being responsible in their duties.
And I'm sure you're beyond proud to be able to look at each other and then to look at your children to see how dedicated they are and how excited they are to be able to perform. And so I think that's one of the biggest takeaways for our topic today, especially learning this insight from both of you. I want to thank you both for sharing your story as your family, especially with how strong you are as a unit and how inspiring it is to all of our viewers, and I'm sure to your local congregation as well, to see how strong you are in the performances of your duties, as well as taking care of your family to make sure they stay strong in their faith. That is something that I hope our viewers also take away, is that having a moment to connect with your family in turn allows you to be able to connect with our Almighty God, which is what we're all here for, and what we ultimately are wanting to do in our lives. So we want to thank you and give you a round of applause for guesting. Yes. I want to thank North Las Vegas for joining us today, and a special thank you, of course, to our beloved church administration for their constant support, most especially as we hold broadcasts such as this. We want to give our special thank yous to Brother Eduardo V. Manalo, our executive minister, Brother Angelo Aranya Manalo, our deputy executive minister, Brother Barry Thompson, our district minister, Brother Oliver Canlas, our assistant district minister, Brother Jay Agustin, our CFO overseer, Brother Manley and Dyer, our executive producer, the district multimedia team, as well as all of our avid listeners here on INC Radio Mountain States. That is all the time that we have, but we're so grateful for the time that you've shared with us. Please be sure to always stay tuned to INC Radio, DZEM 954, changing lives through God's words. Up next is INC Radio Canada. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, everyone. Happy Saturday. Thank you, North Las Vegas and the Gilos.
Thank you, INC Radio. You all.
Bye. Happy Saturday.